All right. Well, thank you for joining us, everybody. I know we're all over the place. I know here I'm in Sudbury, Ontario, and it is so warm. So, anybody who's in Sudbury, thank you for watching, guys. I really probably would have said just send me the recording because it is a beautiful evening out there. I'm going to start a little bit before I introduce you to Jonathan and Jennifer. My name is Donna. I am the lucky person who works with Expedia Cruises, the Freeze and Travel Group. And Jonathan, can you push to the slide maybe? Sorry. Oh, thank you. One more slide. Thank you. So, just a little bit about us. This is our lovely franchise owners, Sean and Tammy. We are almost 20 years old nowadays. Yeah, it's crazy. So, 2007, we opened the first store in Thunder Bay under us. And now in 2026, we have 18 stores. So really quickly, we started in the north, but we ended up way all the way down to the bottom of Ontario as well. So we have Thunder Bay, Sault Ste. Marie, Sudbury, North Bay, Barrie Aurelia. Then we go into Hamilton area. We have four stores there with Burlington, Burlington North, and Dundas and Hamilton. Woodstock, we have three stores in London. Our brand new store is St. Thomas, Ontario. And then we have three stores in this very south, which is Sarnia, Chatham, and Windsor. So we're a little bit everywhere. We have over 600 consultants. And really quickly, people say to me, why do I book with you? Like, I can book this online. I can, book with anybody. The reason is we have been everywhere. Tonight, Jonathan's going to talk about some really different areas to travel. And you know what? He's going to talk about some of those places. And not everybody can say they've been to Antarctica. I have not, but I work with about five people who have been there. So that is what we bring to the table compared to other people. Out of 600 consultants and managers and owners, we have literally been everywhere in the world. So if you're working with someone and you want to get some little more information that maybe you don't have to see online, get the dirty information, like you've been there, well, you know better. Well, you know what? That's what we bring to the table because we can talk to someone if I'm in Sudbury, I can still talk to somebody in London and we can work together for you. So, one more slide, Jonathan's going to slide. This is our team. Every single one of our stores has a manager. And we do, because we're so large, we celebrate. We have a huge gala in January to celebrate our team with all their travel and all the work they do. And they work so hard to support, like, bring you spectacular vacations. And you're going to see tonight with Jonathan, and Jennifer, they're going to show some destinations that, are off the beaten path and that we may not think of. I am very excited to say that at the end of July, I am getting to go on one of their ships. So very, very excited. And we do have some groups that Jonathan is probably going to talk about. And you can see in the background, he has the Northern Lights up there. For those people who don't live in Sudbury and Thunder Bay and the Sioux, because we are pretty lucky we get to see them. Maybe not as good as that, but we do have some great groups coming available that he's going to talk to that includes seeing the Northern Lights, hopefully. So, Jonathan, I am going to pass it off to you and let you get started.
Great. Thank you so very much, Donna. I'm so excited to be here today to talk to you all about this amazing product. My name is Jonathan Soretta. I am the sales director, former sales director for Canada that I passed the baton to the lovely Jennifer now, who's on this call as well. But I had set up these groups with Donna with the idea of really providing some wonderful savings for you to visit these amazing places all around the world. So Swan Hellenic, we are a relatively new company, but we have an old heritage. Some information about me. Originally, I'm from Connecticut, born and raised. I've been in the travel industry for over 15 years, and I actually started as an advisor. I've worked for several other companies, and one random fact about me is that during COVID, I got so bored after fixing my house, I decided to finally pull the plug and get the Italian citizenship that I'd been working on. I got my mother's Irish skin, but my last name is Italian, and I got my citizenship in 2024, and I hope to retire there someday. I am going to be taking care of any questions that you might have, but going to be handing things off to Jennifer as well for any new bookings outside of these groups. So, a little bit of history about the brand. We actually started all the way back in 1950 as a private tour operator in Greece by a father and a son called Swan's Tours. We rose through the ranks and we were acquired by P&O and then went into several private ownerships and then decided in 2020 we were bought by Andrea Zito and had a full relaunch with a pioneering expedition focused mindset and wanting to do it in a luxurious way. So our ships are nothing like anything on the market today from our competitors. We really want you to be able to explore the world and do it in style. Now we're going to go over all the information about these special groups that we have for Expedia here, as well as information about the product itself. And if you have any questions along the way, feel free to reach out and pop them in the chat, and I'll be happy to answer them at the end of the presentation. So what is the Swan Hellenic Way? Our moniker is see what others don't, and we do this with four main pillars. One is being one with your destination, ships that are designed for extraordinary panoramic views because you're going to these wonderful places all over the world and you want to be able to see it from any vantage point on the ship. As I say, you don't watch the Arctic go by, you actually stand in it, and our ships really immerse you in those areas, as well as cultural journeys that we do outside of the Arctic as well. You're going to be connecting with like-minded spirits on board, people that have that sense of adventure, that want to go out there and explore, and that want to see all the beauty that this world has to offer. We also go beyond, so we have renowned onboard experts on each sailing that are going to be there to give you enrichment lectures, to discuss what you're going to be seeing. We also do enrichment lectures during sea days focused on various environmental topics or something that's always connected to the journey that you're going on. And of course, embrace the unexpected. Our itineraries adapt to the exciting surprises that the wild throws our way. For example, if you are coming back from Greenland and you happen to see a family of polar bears, the captain has discretion to modify the itinerary slightly to be able to enjoy the time there and really see these unexpected things that other companies might have a very stringent timeline. But since we do a lot of Zodiac docking, we don't have to worry about, being strict with dock port times. So our captain has a lot of maneuverability when it comes to the schedule itself. About our ships itself, we have 3 ships total, but the 2 that we're going to be focusing on this groups are the Minerva and the Vega. We have the youngest fleet in the ocean today of any cruise line. They were built between 2020 and 2022. They're sister ships from each other, exactly the same carbon copy of each other, 152 guests with 117 crew, 76 staterooms, and these are Polar Class 5 vessels. They're not designed to be icebreakers, although they can go through up to 8 feet of ice, but these ships are designed with advanced stabilization techniques and advanced technology to be able to weather any rough waters that might come our way and deal with those harsher waters in the Arctic area. So as I was saying, these are ice-strengthened hulls, whisper quiet stabilized sailing, and a Zodiac fleet ready at base camp. We have about 10 to 12 Zodiacs on board each one of our ships. You can see them in the back there, and each one can hold between 10 and 15 passengers. Now, this is a great product for our Antarctic voyages specifically, because for those of you that might not know, there's an international treaty that says that only 100 people can be on the Antarctic Peninsula from one ship at one time. So a lot of our competitors have these larger ships, 400, 500 people. And when you have ships that are that large, you're going to be waiting forever to get off the ship to be able to go see these things. With us, people are divided into 2 different colors, red and blue, and everybody is going to be either looking at marine wildlife while the other one is on the continent, and then people are switching all the time. Basically, you'll be able to get on the shore with no problem with us because we have the amazing expedition staff and enough Zodiacs to take care of everybody on board. We have lots of different amazing places to relax on board. The Swan restaurant is our main dining room where Michelin-starred chefs create amazing culinary delights for you. We have a sit-down dinner here in the Swan restaurant. It's open dining times, nothing too formal or fancy. During breakfast and lunch, we do more of a plated buffet where the chefs will be plating whatever you like and you can just take it and sit down. The club lounge is a very large lounge situated in the aft of the ship. Great place to relax, grab a cup of coffee. We do a lot of Spanish tapas, pizzas, grab and go. There's a beautiful fireplace in this area. So if you want to answer some emails or, just relax and read a book, it's a wonderful place to do that. Our pool bar and grill is located in the aft right by our large heated infinity pool. You can grab some cocktails or some sandwiches and enjoy some drinks and conversation with your friends on board. We have a fully stocked Elmis beauty spa and salon, along with a traditional sauna on board. You can do things like mani-pedis, massages, any facials, any type of pampering that you want to do on board. As I said, we have a beautifully large infinity pool for our size, and our observation lounge functions as two different components. The observation lounge is in the forward part of the ship. During the daytime, this is where you go for lecturers, enrichment lectures, and also hanging out. There's board games and things to do there. And at nighttime, there's a full bar, so you can go have a couple of drinks and have light entertainment. And this turns into, it's not crazy like a nightclub. We're not going to be, singing Dancing Queen, but you will have like some light musicians on board that'll be giving you some entertainment at night that you can socialize with the guests. Our expedition tools and other areas that we have fully on board. We have base camp. Base camp is where you're going to be going if you're getting on and off of Zodiac, and it also functions as a place to get ready for our yogas and Pilates courses. For any of our polar journeys or Arctic journeys, everyone is given their own parka to keep, and each one of these lockers has your room number on it, and you can store that stuff here. We have a wonderful coffee bar in this area, so it's a nice, luxurious way to board the Zodiacs on the ship. We have a fully staffed citizen science laboratory where people are going to be giving lectures and also showing that it's a fully working laboratory. We partner with lots of different educational programs for them to use our laboratory on board to do studies, and you'll be able to see them working right there as well. We have a fully stocked library, great place to go if you need to, grab and go a book. We have an open policy and lots of different things to read. The Swan's Nest is located at the very front of the ship. It's a beautiful place where you could, up to maybe 30 people can go outside on the Swan's Nest, and you can do your best Jack and Rose impression there if you like. It's also where we host a lot of our weddings when they're on board as well. We have a fully stocked gym and offer studio classes, Pilates, regular fitness classes, and yoga classes, and that's all included. And we have a very large open deck jacuzzi situated on the starboard side of the ship where you can go and unwind after doing some hiking. Looking at our actual staterooms itself, there are no interior staterooms on board. Everything is outward facing, so you can see, obviously, the beauty of the areas that you're visiting. Our Ocean View stateroom starts at 215 square feet. It's a very nice large room with a vanity and marble fireplace. All of our rooms have these beautiful marble ensuite bathrooms that are very large for the size of the room. This can come as either two singles or a queen-size bed, and you have these large, beautiful picture windows on the sea. No portholes here, and these can sleep up to 3 guests. Our balcony staterooms are about 270 square feet, and they sleep up to 3 people as well. Now, our balcony staterooms actually have an amazing feature. We have a flame effect fireplace in all of our rooms, so you can have your own fireplace going at nighttime when you're curling up reading a good book with a glass of tea. A 54 square foot balcony, 2 singles or a large, I don't know why it says double bed, it really technically is a queen, and a large living area and luxury bathroom. Now, all of our staterooms come with a champagne welcome from your butler, a fully stocked minibar, an Illy espresso machine, binoculars, and we have basic Wi-Fi that's included in each one of our rooms as well. Moving on up, we have our beautiful suites. There you can see what the flame effect fireplace looks like. 431 square feet, can sleep actually up to 4. And we do have connecting rooms available for any families that might want to travel together, where this would connect to a balcony cabin. So if people are traveling as a group or want to go together as a family, we can have everybody join together as connecting rooms. This has a beautifully large king-size bed, a separate living room, a very large bath and walk-in shower that's more of a wet room design, and a 54 to 108 square foot balcony. So very large balconies, and you can see here it's a very nice sized room for an expedition line. And the creme de la creme, our premium suite. These have a full living room, a very large walk-in wardrobe, and an 86 to 130 square foot balcony that turns every sail away into a private event. We have a very large king-size bed with living room, and a very large walk-in wardrobe where you could probably store about 40 days worth of clothes, a bath and walk-in shower, and again, a very large balcony as well. These are very subdued tones in the rooms. I like to say we're very understated luxury. I think Ritz-Carlton or Park Hyatt floating at sea. Very nicely done and nothing too ostentatious. So very, very nicely done. What's included in your fare? All, of course, your meals on board, all of your beers, wines, spirits, 24-hour room service, our lectures, expedition. It's easier to say what is not included in our fares. Now, what's not included in our fares is pretty much anything that's in the spa or the salon, or anything over basic Wi-Fi. Everybody is given basic Wi-Fi on board, and if you want to do anything like streaming your favorite shows or anything with VPNs or working, you can upgrade to a higher class of Wi-Fi. Now, two of the cruises that we're going to be talking about also are what they consider Cruise Plus. So these actually include a charter flight to your embarkation port that you don't have to pay for, as well as group transfers between the airport, hotel, and the ship, and a pre-cruise night at a 4- and 5-star hotel with breakfast. I like this because if you're like me and you don't deal with jet lag very well, it's nice to get there early, have a really relaxing night in the hotel, and wake up ready to go on your journey. And those, the Cruise Plus, which is on 2 of these, and we'll get in that in a minute, include your chartered flights to your embarkation port, because a lot of these ports for embarkation are usually very remote and hard to get to with commercial flyers. So we have you fly to a main airport and then pay for the chartered flight to get you to where you need to embark. So we're going to be talking about 3 different sailings. And I broke it down by sailing date and what's included and what you're going to see. So on every port that we have, there's always going to be one excursion that's included. And then we have optional excursions, which are very moderately priced. And the reason for that is some of our excursions are a little bit more intensive or longer. And we realize that some people might not want to be that active or can't be that active and want to just do something a little bit more relaxing. So that's why we offer them as separate. So each one will show you examples of what is included in each port and what is optional. So this is an amazing one. This is our Halifax to Reykjavik, May 20th to May 31st of 2027. It's 11 nights, and you all can fly and depart right from Halifax, and we dock right there in the main port. I actually just toured the Vega when she was there this past May over your Victoria Day, and I absolutely fell in love with the city. As a former New Englander myself, it reminded me of Boston, had some wonderful lobster, and really, really enjoyed the city. It was absolutely beautiful. This is the route itself. You can see that we're starting in Halifax. Then we're going to be visiting a few ports in Canada before crossing the Labrador Sea, stopping in Greenland, and then ending our trip in Iceland. This is a 12-day total cruise on the Vega, which is 152 guests. And there's a lot of amazing ports that you have here, and only a few sea days when you're really traveling through the seas here. This also has an option to do a post journey if you want to stay in Iceland and go see some amazing sites like the Golden Circle, the Blue Lagoon, etc. So you can stay in Iceland afterwards and enjoy the beauty of that amazing country. So we're going to be going day by day. Obviously, the first day, days 1 and 2, you're going to be departing from Halifax. If you get there early, we do have a Halifax orientation tour. If you've never been and want to go on a guided tour of the city, we offer that for you at no charge. So we're going to be boarding and embarking from Halifax. And on day 2 is your first sea day where you have expert talks. You can use the spa and really get the rhythm of what your days are going to be and really get to know the ship. So departing out of Halifax right from the main harbor right there. In day 3, we're going to be in St. Pierre. It's a little slice of France anchored off Newfoundland, and it's actually a actual French territory, for those of you that might not know. This is including a panoramic tour of St. Pierre, which is a nice, comfortable bus tour of the island's most scenic viewpoints with photo stops and, of course, lunch. If you want to do a downtown walking tour and see the Heritage Museum, that's also an option as well. And also, just a side note, many of these various itinerary or excursions can actually be combined. It just depends on the timing. And we also have an excursion to Sailor's Island, which is a short boat hop to a preserved fishing village frozen in time with a museum visit as well. And you can see that the prices for these additional excursions are nothing crazy. They're very moderately priced for what they are. Moving on to day 4, you're going to be stopping in St. John's in beautiful Newfoundland, Canada. Of course, many of you have probably visited it already, but it is an amazing place. I went here in college and had a wonderful time looking at the puffins. I fell in love with puffins. They're adorable. This is, of course, North America's oldest European settled city, Signal Hill, and you get to have a tour that's included, going to Cabot Tower and Macroney's Hill, and then seeing the historic downtown by the coach. If you want to go see those adorable little puffins, we have a boat tour that can do that for you as well. Going to see North America's largest puffin colony, whales and icebergs are also possible on this visit as well. We also have a history walking tour, which is a 3-kilometer walk past jelly bean row houses, historic churches, and great fire sites. So it's a wonderful opportunity to be here in St. John's and see the beauty that that port has to offer. Moving on, we're stopping in St. Anthony, which of course is gateway to Iceberg Alley. In late May, giants calved from the Greenland glaciers drift past this coast. So you're going to be seeing some glacier chunks and icebergs there. And there's what's included is the Tea House Trail and Greenfell properties here, which is about 2.5 hours. And then there's a north coast by boat eco cruise where you can go see some whales, seabirds, and late May icebergs. This is combinable with each other. The next 2 days are going to be crossing the Labrador Sea, and that's definitely where that polar classification comes in, because the Labrador Sea can be a little bit rough, but with our polar class level 5 vessels, we have advanced stabilization techniques on board, so you really try to minimize any type of shaking or jostling of the ship. On day 8, we're getting into Greenland here in Kassersack. And this is actually the famous view of Eric the Red. It was a Viking that settled this area over 1,000 years ago. And on this voyage, this is a Viking-focused voyage. So on this voyage, we're going to have some enrichment lecturers from several U.S. universities who specialize in Viking history, and also are going to be talking about things in regards to them being the first explorers to North America, their culture, their agriculture, what their society was like. And you're going to then, after hearing these lectures from these, academics, they're going to accompany you on these voyages and give you that really cultural immersion and take something with you that you've learned and bring it with you to see it in person. So everything is included here, where you're able to go and see 2 different sites with the instructors who you will have spoken to on board. This is a 2-port day. Pardon me. So that was in the AM, and in the afternoon/PM, you're going to be in Narsak, which is a beautifully small settlement with a lot of Norse history and Greenlandic tastings, where you're going to be going to try some dried fish and pickled trout. And they're really big with sheep farming. And just look at that photo with the icebergs in the ocean and that crystal clear blue water. It's absolutely gorgeous. So there's an open town museum and tasting. You'll be able to sample some dried fish and pickled trout. Good luck with the pickled trout. It is a very acquired taste, so to speak. I was not a fan, but I'm sure someone likes it, as this community does. Now you can see here we have a challenging hike. That's a 4-hour-long hike, almost 10 kilometers. To go see the Norse ruins scattered along the shore. And if you'd like to do something that I would enjoy, go taste some fabulous Arctic beer and tour Greenland's craft brewery and taste their samples of beer. So you would probably see me doing that one rather than the hike. As we keep moving on, we're going to be in Kattegat, which is South Greenland's cultural hub and was founded in the late 18th century. They have a beautiful choir performance at the 1832 church and a traditional kayak demonstration. So you're going to be going to this amazing village and going to an open town and seeing that cultural event, seeing the stone and man sculptures, hear a church choir performance, and see the traditional kayaking demonstration. We have two different optional excursions. One is an easy tour by bus to be able to see around the area and not have to worry about walking too far. And then we have the UNESCO Havalsi Church by boat. This is a boat ride to one of Greenland's best preserved Norse ruins. And it was actually built in the early part of the 15th century, and it's still standing there today. So you'll be going to the UNESCO site with one of our enrichment lecturers and learning all about the history of some of these amazing Norse ruins. After that, we're going to be going to sea because we're going to be sailing on to Reykjavik. And you end in Reykjavik on day 12 with enjoying the time that you have in Iceland. I highly recommend, again, we have some optional post activities where you can spend 2 to 3 days here touring the Golden Circle and the Blue Lagoon. And again, there also, I believe, during this time, I believe Iceland Air has a direct flight back from Reykjavik to Halifax. So it makes it pretty easy not having to connect anywhere, flying directly back to Halifax, and then continuing on your journey via any local carriers back home in Canada. These are the group rates here. Now, these are all Canadian pricing, and these are all for double occupancy. The O ones mean that it's an ocean view cabin, and the Bs are all balconies in various locations. These also include $200 in onboard credit per balcony stateroom, and you also have the ability to lock in these lower rates. These are definitely cheaper than what we're offering for if you were to buy it just directly with us, and that's the advantage of booking with an amazing travel agent like Expedia Cruises up there. They're a wonderful team, and they have some really special rates that I was able to get them. And again, it includes everything that I talked about as well. We even have, I forgot to mention, we have dry cleaning and professional pressing and all that, but we also have a fully stocked laundrette for washers and dryers. We give you all the stuff you want for free, and you can wash your clothes for free if you need to. You also get a waterproof backpack and a bottle and that branded parka, which is yours to keep. We don't charge any port fees, and we don't charge any onboard gratuities. Everything is all included. So the only thing you have to worry about is just showing up and enjoying this amazing journey. Moving on, this is the reverse coming back. So what our ships do is that Vega will be there sailing to the Arctic there and then goes down into Europe, and then she basically comes back. So this is the return journey from Greenland to Halifax in September of 2027. Now, this is a wonderful opportunity. You're going to be seeing the Northern Lights on this area. And this is one of those cruise pluses where I was telling you that the charter flight is included for you, so you don't have to worry about how am I going to get to Greenland, because there are not very many flights there. So you can see here that you would actually start your journey in Reykjavik. And again, you can take hopefully a direct flight from Halifax to Reykjavik and enjoy your time there in Iceland for a few days if you like. Then we pay for your flight from Iceland to Greenland, so you don't have to worry about getting there, and having a pre-night hotel stay as well. You're going to be going very far north and seeing a lot of amazing locations in some of the most northern parts of the world, going up the west coast of Greenland and seeing some amazing locations. And definitely we'll probably be seeing some polar bears, fingers crossed. So starting out, you're going to be embarking here and at the Kangerlussuaq. I can never pronounce these things correctly, so if I butcher it, pardon me. You're going to be embarking at one of Greenland's longest fjords and then sail for the Eternity Fjord, where you're going to be seeing some glaciers and see some beautiful wildlife while you're there as well. The next day, you're going to be in Disco Island. It's a large town that sits on a volcanic basalt underneath a glacier, and it's wrapped in this gorgeous Arctic flora all over there. It's a small settlement, as you can see. We give you an opportunity to take a look at a museum in the area, stroll and ending with coffee and local cake. You can meet the Greenlandic sledge dogs, and you can see a working sled dog team and their musher, which is incredible. I got to see something similar when I was in Alaska, and I just fell in love with all of them. We also have a challenging hike, a 10-kilometer hike to the volcanic basalt columns, and you're going to be seeing some amazing Disco Bay panoramas. And again, that's about a 10-kilometer, round trip hike to see these amazing locations. After that, you're in Sissamut, which is a Greenland second town just north of the Arctic Circle. So you're very, very far north. At this time of year, you're not going to have very much time to have daylight. So at this point in time, this is why you're going to be seeing those beautiful northern lights. We include a local cultural event and old museum. You get tasting, song, and sled dogs, and see these amazing, see the culture up close and personal. We also have a hike that you like to do as an option, or take an ATV backcountry tour and drive up your own ATV to go to the sweeping viewpoint and really get out there and get one with nature. The next day from here, you're going to be crossing the Davis Strait to Nunavut. So this obviously is part of Canada. It's Canada's youngest capital, and you'll be touring the Inuit art and seeing the ancient Crystal 2 settlement site, and after dark, some of the finest aurora skies of the voyage. We include a city sightseeing and museum visit here, and hopefully it will be clear and you can see some beautiful northern lights. On day 7, we're at Lady Franklin Island, and it's an uninhabited isle of ancient cliffs and zodiacs. We're going to be docking with our zodiacs and being able to see with a real chance of polar bears on the shoreline. The zodiac exploration with our amazing expedition team is included. So that's what I was telling you about. You don't have to worry about waiting to get on a ship. You'll be in that amazing base camp area, go off on the zodiac, and then perhaps come back and have a nice hot coffee or hot tea to warm you back up. You have the opportunity to do kayak as well if you want to get out there and kayak in the cold waters. You can kayak with the Swan Hellenic expedition team as well. Days 8 and 9, we're in Labrador. So you're going to have the opportunity to see some beautiful fjords that rise almost a kilometer from the sea. And then you're going to be in Nain, which is Labrador's northernmost community, and it gives you a wonderful window on how Inuit life is today. And this is going to have expedition landings and zodiac cruising that are all included during the day, days 8 and 9 there. So you're going to be going all around this local area here. And then day 10, you're going to be cruising south of the Labrador Sea. Day 11, we're in Newfoundland, and this is actually the only authenticated Viking settlement in North America where Leif Erikson's crews wintered over 1,000 years ago. So there's a lot of Viking history here. You're going to be touring, doing the Viking experience and seeing some amazing longhouses and the preserved archaeological site of the Viking site in Americas, plus the Norstead village. And again, that's all included. Next day, we're going to be in Bonny Bay, and this is Norris Point and Woody Point. The tablelands are included here, which is a UNESCO insight to the Earth's interior. You get to walk on the Earth's exposed mantle with the Discovery Center. If you want to be a little bit more active, we have a Western Brook Pond Fjord boat tour, which includes a 6-kilometer walk and picnic. Or you can go to the North Coast and go see the Lobster Cove Lighthouse, the Marine Center, and some amazing viewpoints. Your final day at sea is going to be following this on day 13. And then day 14, you sail right into Halifax Harbor and able to disembark in the beautiful city of Halifax. Now, the prices that you see here include that charter flight, transfers, and a pre-cruise hotel night. So all of these are included here, starting with our ocean view cabins and going all the way to balcony cabins. You also will be getting $200 of onboard credit per balcony stateroom, and these prices are protected through the end of September. If you find something that you like, I highly recommend that you book with your Expedia Cruises London consultant. We have 10 cabins held on all of these, but if we sell out, we can always try and get more. I don't anticipate that would be a problem. And the final cruise, we're jumping to the other hemisphere here. This is Raja Ampat and the Philippines, and it's absolutely stunning. This is on my list of places to go. This is 11 nights from April to May of 2028. And this also is going to include one of those Cruise Plus with the chartered flights as well. So this one, we're actually going to be flying. You're going to start your vacation in beautiful Bali, fly to Bali. And then after that, we will be flying you to Sorong, where you will start your trip. And then you will end in Manila. So you'll be flying into Bali, hopefully spend a few days there, drinking some fabulous Mai Tais and enjoying the beautiful weather. Go on this amazing cruise and then depart from Manila. Now, you also would have a pre night in Bali as well in a hotel there. So we would include that as well. This is going to be going all through these amazing locations, and it's 11 nights long, all the way in 2028, which will be here before you know it. So your first day, you're going to be embarking in Sarong, gateway to the Four Kings, and set sail at dusk. So you were there all day. And day two, we're going right into Raja Ampat. It's a maze of these jungle-topped pinnacles over these gorgeous turquoise lagoons. You can climb the viewpoint and snorkel. Again, you're going to get into one of our amazing zodiacs with our team. You're going to be going and zipping all around, and you just jump right off the boat with your snorkel gear and see some beautiful coral reefs, amazing marine life. And we also have photographers that are going to be accompanying you there as well. Our memory package, which is also included, all your photos are included from us. So we're going to have some underwater photography of you in the snorkeling gear, seeing this amazing stuff, and all that's included as well while you're here looking at this amazing location. On day three, we're still in Rajanpat, but we're in a remote ring of ivory sand and beautiful rainforest. It's actually a huge sanctuary for small turtles, which I always feel so bad for them when I see them flopping into the sea, but it's beautiful and has some of the most vibrant coral gardens on the planet. This is going to be a really relaxing day. There's naturalist walks, snorkeling, beach landings, whatever you want to do, we can make sure that we have it ready for you. If you want to relax on the beach, if you want to go on a tour and see some wildlife with one of our naturalists, or go snorkeling again, we have that opportunity. This cruise also has a diving program that's optional for any PADI certified divers. So if you're a scuba diver and want to be able to enjoy and see some amazing scuba dives here in this area, we have that as an option as well. On day four, we're in Palu Mansar, which is a jungle-clad limestone ridge fringed by villages, very small hamlets, so to speak. This is going to include a village visit and reef snorkeling to see some amazing coral. And again, we have the certified diving here where you're going to be having to take these guided boat dives to see these amazing locations to do some scuba. And I will be going into the pricing for that shortly. After this, days 5 and 6 are at sea. We have photography workshops, lectures about Filipino history of the first settlers to the region, and the local cultures in that area as well. Now, we also have time where you'll be able to go out on the zodiacs as well and be able to, if you want to do some more snorkeling or jump in the ocean, we can do that as well. The diving program that I was talking about, we have a package that allows you to see some of the most biodiverse reefs on the planet with over 1,600 species of fish and 75% of the world's coral. This is a diver's paradise. So we have a lot of people that come on wanting to dive, and so we created a program for this. These are 3 amazing areas that you're able to go diving in. If you want to have a 5 dive pack, you can do that for $1,000 US. 2 dives are $450 and $250 for a single dive. Now, the requirements for this, you have to be certified and you have to be able to have a PADI advanced license, and your last log dive has to be within 1 year. And your fit to dive medical has to be done within 6 months. All of the equipment is included, but you need to bring your own diving computer if you have it. But for a lot of our groups, we do this with divers. They love this area, and it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see this amazing biodiversity up close and in person. On day 7, we're in the Philippines still at Cozalian Island, which is a beautiful location here with a palm-covered trees, and you get to have a barefoot expedition day at the beach, see more amazing coral reefs, and have some amazing time on the island itself. You get to relax on the beach, do a beach landing, swimming, and reef time with the team, where they'll be telling you each time when you're going snorkeling and all this stuff about the different types of biodiversity with the fish and different types of coral that you're going to be seeing there as well. On day 8, we're in Bohol Island, which is home of the saucer-eyed tarsier, one of the world's smallest primates. I mean, look at that. It's so adorable. I would want to just take it home. And you get to see the beautiful cone-shaped chocolate hills rolling to the horizon. Obviously, we're not going to show you this adorable creature and not have you be able to go see it in person. So you have a wonderful itinerary here, excursion that's included to meet this little guy up close and personal, and then go to see the Chocolate Hills viewpoint. We also have a heritage tour where it's about 4 hours, and it's a little bit of a hike, but you're able to go see the churches there, the ancestral houses, and Bohol's old colonial town for when it was originally settled. He's just so adorable. Now, this is one where we are still working on the because this is so far out, we're still working on our expeditions for this voyage. So I don't have anything marked for this yet, but this is still to be determined. But Cebu is a very moderately sized city, and it's actually where Christianity made their home base and had the monks and everybody going out for pilgrimages to expand Christianity in the area. You can see Magellan's Cross and the Basilica del Santo Nio and anchor a buzzing island capital between the mountains and reef-lined shores. Well, I do expect there to be things like seeing Magellan's Cross, the famous Basilica, and the historic port district. I just don't have anything concrete right now to offer you, but I'm going to be expecting that there. Day 10, we're in Cuatro Islas, which are 4 islands with 4 different moods, a beautiful weaving village, amazing sandbars, gorgeous little turtles, and amazing tidal pools. It's Filipino island life in miniature. There are like 4 different islands here, each one with its own different vibe. You're going to be island hopping across these islands and see the local historical people there doing the mat weaving village, seeing the gorgeous sandbars and the turtle-rich reefs. I love turtles, so for me, I'd be in heaven. But I mean, look at that picture with the gorgeous, gorgeous water, and just being able to just jump right in there and enjoy the amazing beauty of this local area. On day 11, we're in Mandarique Island, and this is a heart-shaped island of the Morones Festival. It has rolling hills, beautiful small fishing villages, and cacao farms where your beans still come to table by hand. We have a culturally immersive tour, which you'll be able to see the local culture there, mask makers, fishing village life, and the heart-shaped island's rolling interior. If you want to, if you want to be able to see where our chocolate comes, I really recommend that you do the cacao routes, farm-to-table experience. You'll be able to actually get the beans, hands-on chocolate making from cacao tree to hand, rolled on a working farm. So it's really cool to see where your chocolate comes and how actually it's made, and you'll be taking part in that experience yourself. And finally, in the bustling metropolis of Manila, you're going to be arriving in the sordid capital. You can see the beautiful Spanish culture, Fort Santiago, St. Augustine Church, and you have a fabulous breakfast, and you get to disembark right after there. I highly recommend that you stay a few days in Manila. It is a chaotic town, but it is definitely one that is very beautiful. And again, pricing here. These prices also include all your charter flight transfers and pre-cruise hotel nights. These starting from ocean view all the way to balconies. And again, everything that we talked about is still included here. And I think these prices are fabulous for the length and what you're going to be seeing. And again, all of these prices are in Canadian dollars. Just always like to say that and point that out. We also have how our deposit works. You make your deposit, your group rate is locked and your cabin is assigned. Deposit usually is about 20%. 120 days before sailing is when final payment is due. And then 30 days before sailing, your cruise documents will be arriving from your fabulous travel agent, and base camp starts packing your parka and getting ready to go. Our deposits are non-refundable, are refundable minus a $250 administrative fee. So how to book these is you're going to reach out to any amazing Expedia Cruises travel agent here, and they'll be able to help you with that. And I was able to actually throw in an additional incentive for you. If you actually book within 30 days of making this presentation, with the presentation here, you're actually going to receive another $100 of onboard credit per person. So we'll be giving you some additional money to be able to enjoy any additional excursions, pampering in the spa, upgrading your Wi-Fi, you name it. So please reach out to your Expedia Cruises London consultant and have them book one of these amazing trips. So with that, I will turn it back over to you, Donna, and you can feel free to throw any questions people might have my way.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. There was 1 or 2 questions. So is there any single supplements?
That is a good question. We do single supplements on a case-by-case basis. Usually there's about a 25% upcharge for a single supplement, depending upon it. If there is a single traveler that wants to go, please reach out to an Expedia Cruises consultant, and we'll be able to give you an accurate price on that. I try to keep single supplements as low as possible because I don't think solo travelers should have to pay that much more, if anything. So we work our best to try and keep costs down for single supplements.
Perfect. Thank you. And I think that was it. I was going through everything else was pretty easy. And I will email the person who had asked that question because texted. They said, "Oh my gosh, I have to leave," but so I wrote the name down, so I'll be able to follow up with them anyways.
Okay.
But I just want to say thank you so much, everybody. So you can reach out to any of our Expedia Cruises, the Freeze and Travel group. And again, you all registered. So if you do have questions, you can reach out, and I'll just very quickly run through the stores. I used to have a slide, but it's gone. So it is Thunder Bay, Sault Ste. Marie, Sudbury, North Bay, Aurelia Berry. And now we have, excuse me, the four stores: Hamilton, Burlington, North Dundas. We have Woodstock, three stores in London are all ours. St. Thomas is our brand new store, just opened. And we have Windsor, Sarnia, and Chatham. Okay, I don't think I missed anything. I just go from the north down. It's like my own little itinerary. So thank you, everybody, for coming. I know it's a beautiful day, at least up north, finally. So thank you for taking the time. I will be following up with the link. So if you have somebody who you would like to share this video with, we will have it up on YouTube by tomorrow. And I will, anybody who's registered with us, I will follow up with an email to give you the link to that YouTube video as well. So thank you all so much. Thank you very much, Jonathan and Jennifer, for joining us tonight and taking time out. Oh, do you have anything designed for senior retirees? That's the question. I'm not sure, Jonathan.
Well, I will say that mobility, if you're referring to anything in regards to mobility accessibility, we do have, if you are walker bound, we can accommodate that. If you have an electric scooter or any type of severe mobility, it becomes more difficult, and we have to work on that on a case by case basis. All of our expeditions and everything, we have a wide variety of people who come on board. Our demographics on board are as young as 17 all the way up to probably 75. So we really do have things for everybody. And as you saw on those excursions that we have, on the ones that are included, they're usually something where most everyone can participate in, whether it be a panoramic tour via bus or an easy walking tour. But we really try to make accommodations where possible for everybody to be able to enjoy it.
Yeah, and I've been told like getting even into the in and out of the Zodiac is pretty good. Like they've had people like different ages, so I'm sure that is as well. So that's perfect. Well, I think that is it, everybody. I will stop the recording before I forget, because